Chapter 10: Cell Cycle and Cell Division. Are you aware that all organisms, even the largest, start their life from a single cell? Question mark. You may wonder how a single cell then goes on to form such large organisms. Growth and reproduction are characteristics of cells. Indeed, all living organisms, all cells reproduce by dividing into two, with each parental cell giving rise to two daughter cells each time they divide. These newly formed daughter cells can themselves grow and divide, giving rise to a new cell population that is formed by the growth and division of a single parental cell and its progeny. In other words, such cycles of growth and division allows a single cell to form a structure consisting of millions of cells. 10.1 Cell cycle. Cell division is a very important process in all living organisms. During the division of a cell, DNA replication and cell growth also take place. All these processes, that is, cell division, DNA replication, and cell growth, hence have to take place in a coordinated way to ensure correct division and formation of progeny cells containing intact genomes. The sequence of events by which a cell duplicates its synthesis the other constituents of the cell and eventually divides into two daughter cells is termed cell cycle. Although cell growth in terms of cytoplasmic increase is a continuous process, DNA synthesis occurs only during one specific stage in the cell cycle. The replicated chromosomes DNA are then distributed to daughter nuclei by a complex series of events during cell division. These events are themselves under genetic control. 10.1.1 Phases of life cell cycle. A typical eukaryotic cell cycle is illustrated by human cells in culture. These cells divide once in approximately every 24 hours. However, this duration of cell cycle can vary from organism to organism and also from cell to cell type. Yeast, for example, can progress through the cell cycle in only about 90 minutes. The cell cycle is divided into two basic phases: interphase, M phase, mitosis phase. The M phase represents the phase when the actual cell division or mitosis occurs, and the interphase represents the phase between two successive M phases. It is significant to note that in the 24 hours average duration of cell cycle of a human cell, cell division proper lasts for only about an hour. The interphase lasts more than 95% of the duration of a cell cycle. The M phase starts with the nuclear division corresponding to the separation of daughter chromosomes (karyokinesis) and usually ends with the division of cytoplasm (cytokinesis). The interphase, though called the resting phase, is the time during which the cell is preparing for division by undergoing cell both cell growth and DNA replication in an orderly manner. The interphase is divided into three further phases: G1 phase, S phase, G2 phase. G1 phase corresponds to the interval between mitosis and initiation of DNA replication. During G1 phase, the cell is metabolically active and continuously grows but does not replicate its DNA. S or synthesis phase marks the period during which DNA synthesis or replication take place. During this time of amount, DNA per cell doubles. If the initial amount of DNA is denoted as 2C, then it increases to 4C. However, there is no increase in the chromosome number. If the cell had diploid or 2n number of chromosomes at G1, even after S phase, the number of chromosomes remains the same, that is 2n. In animal cells, during the S phase, DNA replication begins in the nucleus and the centriole duplicates in the cytoplasm. During the G2 phase, proteins are synthesized preparation for mitosis while cell growth. Some cells in the adult animals do not appear to exhibit division. Example, heart cells. and many other cells divide only occasionally, as needed to replace cells that have been lost because of injury or cell death. The cells that do not divide further exit G1 phase to enter in an inactive stage called quiescent stage (G0 period complete) of the cell cycle. Cells in this stage remain metabolically active but no longer proliferate unless called on to do so, depending on the requirement of the organism. In animals, mitotic cell division is only seen in the diploid somatic cells. Against this, from your recollection of examples of alternation of generation in plants, chapter 3, identify plant species and stages at which mitosis is seen in haploid cells. 10.2 M phase. This is the most dramatic period of the cell cycle, involving a major reorganization of virtually all components of the cell. Since the number of chromosomes in the parent and progeny cells is the same, it is also called the equational division. Though, for convenience, mitosis has been divided into four stages of nuclear division. It is very essential to understand that cell division is a progressive process and very clear-cut lines cannot be drawn between various stages. Mitosis is divided into the four stages, that is, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. 10.2.1 Prophase. Which is the first stage of the mitosis, follows the S and G2 phases of interphase. In the S and G2 phases, the new DNA molecules formed are not distinct but intertwined. Prophase is marked by the initiation of condensation of chromosome material. The chromosomal material becomes untangled during the process of chromatin condensation. The centriole, which had undergone duplication during S phase of interphase, now begins to move towards opposite poles of the cell. The completion of prophase can thus marked by the following characteristics. Chromosomal material condenses to form compact mitotic chromosomes. Chromosomes are seen to be composed of two chromatids attached together at the centromere. Initiation of the assembly of mitotic spindle, the microtubules, the proteinaceous components of the cell. Cells at the end of prophase, when reviewed under the microscope, do not show Golgi complex, endoplasmic reticulum, nucleus, and the nuclear envelope. 10.2.2 Metaphase. The complete disintegration of the nuclear envelope marks the start of the second phase of mitosis, as the chromosomes are spread through the cytoplasm of the cell. By this stage, condensation of chromosomes is completed and they can be observed clearly under the microscope. This then is the stage at which morphology of chromosomes is most easily studied. At this stage, metaphase chromosomes is made up of two sister chromatids, which are held together by the centromere. Small disc-shaped structures at the surface of the centromeres are called kinetochores. These structures serve as sites of attachment of spindle fibers, formed by the spindle fibers, to these chromosomes that are moved into position at the center of the cell. Hence, the metaphase is characterized by all the chromosomes coming to lie at the equator with one chromatid of each chromosome connected by its kinetochore to spindle fibers from one pole and its sister chromatid connected by its kinetochore spindle fibers from opposite poles. The plane of alignment of the chromosomes at metaphase is referred to as the metaphase plate. The key features of metaphase are: first, spindle fibers attached to kinetochores of chromosomes. Chromosomes are moved to a spindle equator and get aligned along metaphase plate through spindle fibers to both poles. 10.2.3 Anaphase. At the onset of anaphase, each chromosome arranged at the metaphase plate is split simultaneously, and the two daughter chromatids, now referred to as chromosomes of the future daughter nuclei, begin their migration towards the two opposite poles. As each chromosome moves away from the equatorial plate, the centromere of each chromosome is towards the pole and ends at the leading edges, with the arms of the chromosome trailing behind. Thus, anaphase stage is characterized by the following key events: centromere splits and chromatid separates. Chromatids move to opposite poles. 10.2.4 Telophase. At the beginning of this final stage of mitosis, that is telophase, the chromosomes that have reached their respective poles decondense and lose their individuality. The individual chromosomes can no longer be seen, and chromatin material stands to regulate in small mass in the two poles. This is the stage which shows the following key events: chromosomal structures at opposite spindle poles and their identity is lost as discrete elements. Second, nuclear envelope assembles around the chromosome clusters. Third, nucleolus Golgi complex and endoplasmic reticulum reform. 10.2.5 Cytokinesis. Mitosis accomplishes not only the segregation of duplicated chromosomes into daughter nuclei (karyokinesis), but the cell itself is divided into two daughter cells by a separate process called cytokinesis, at the end of which cell division is complete. In an animal cell, this is achieved by the appearance of a furrow in the plasma membrane. The furrow gradually deepens and ultimately joins in the center, dividing the cell cytoplasm into two. Plant cells, however, are enclosed by a relatively inextensible cell wall. Therefore, they undergo cytokinesis by a different mechanism. In plant cells, wall formation starts in the center of the cell and grows outwards to meet the existing lateral walls. The formation of the new cell wall begins with the formation of simple precursor called the cell plate that represents the middle lamella between the walls of the adjacent cells. At the time of cytoplasmic division, organelles like mitochondria and plastids get distributed between the two daughter cells. In some organisms, karyokinesis is not followed by cytokinesis, as a result of which multinucleate condition arises, leading to the formation of system (example, that is liquid endosperm in coconut). 10.3 Significance of mitosis. Mitosis or the equational division is usually restricted to the diploid cell only. However, in some lower plants and in some social insects, haploid cells also divide by mitosis. It is very essential to understand the significance of this division in this life of an organism. Are you aware of some examples where you have studied about haploid and diploid insects? Mitosis results in the production of diploid daughter cells with identical genetic component usually. The growth of the multicellular organisms is due to mitosis. Cell growth results in the disturbing the ratio between the nucleus and the cytoplasm. It therefore becomes essential for the cell to divide to restore the nucleocytoplasmic ratio. A very significant contribution of mitosis is cell repair. The cells of the upper layer of the epidermis, cells of the lining of the gut, and blood vessels are being constantly replaced. Mitotic divisions in the meristematic tissue, the apical and lateral cambium, results in continuous growth of plants throughout their life. 10.4 Meiosis. The production of offspring by sexual reproduction includes the fusion of two gametes, each with a complete haploid set of chromosomes. Gametes are formed from specialized diploid cells. This specialized kind of cell division that reduces the chromosomal number by half results in the production of haploid daughter cells. This kind of division is called meiosis. Meiosis ensures the production of haploid bases in the life cycle of sexually reproducing organisms, whereas fertilization restores the diploid phase. We come across meiosis during gametogenesis in plants and animals. This leads to the formation of haploid gametes. The key features of meiosis are as follows. Meiosis involves two sequential cycles of nuclear and cell division called meiosis I and meiosis II, but only a single cell cycle of DNA replication. Meiosis I is initiated after the parental chromosomes have replicated to produce identical sister chromatid at the S phase. Meiosis involves pairing of homologous chromosomes and recombination between them. Four haploid cells are formed at the end of meiosis II. Meiotic events can be grouped under the following phases. 10.4.1 Meiosis I Prophase I Prophase of the first mitotic division is typically longer and more complex when compared to prophase of mitosis. It has been further subdivided into the following five phases based on chromosomal behavior, that is leptotin, zygotin, pachythin, diplotin, and diakinesis. During leptotin stage, the chromosome becomes gradually visible under the light microscope. The compaction of chromosomes continues throughout leptotin. This is followed by the second stage of prophase 1 called zygotin. During this stage, chromosomes start pairing together, and this process of association is called synapsis. Such paired chromosomes are called homologous chromosomes. Electron micrographs of this stage indicates that chromosome synapsis is accompanied by the formation of complex structure called synaptonemal complex. The complex formed by the pair of synapsed homologous chromosomes is called a bivalent or a tetrad. However, these are more clearly visible at this next stage. The first two stages of prophase I are relatively short-lived compared to the next stage, that is the Pachythin. During this stage, bivalent chromosomes now clearly appears as tetrads. This stage is characterized by the appearance of recombination nodules, the sites at which crossing over occurs between non-sister chromatids of the homologous chromosomes. Crossing over is the exchange of genetic material between two homologous chromosomes. Crossing over is also an enzyme-mediated process, and the enzyme involved is called recombinase. Crossing over leads to recombination of genetic material on the two chromosomes. Recombination between homologous chromosomes is completed by the end of the Pachythin, leaving the chromosomes linked at the site of crossing over. The beginning of diplotin is recognized by the dissociation of the synaptonemal complex and the tendency of the recombined homologous chromosomes of the bivalent to separate from each other except at the sites of crossing overs. These X-shaped structures are called clismata. In oocytes of some vertebrates, diplotin can last for months or years. In final stage of the mitotic phase 1 as dikinesis, this is marked by terminalization of crismata. During this phase of the chromosomes are fully condensed and the mitotic spindle is assembled to prepare the homologous chromosome for separation. By the end of dikinesis, the nucleases disappear and the nuclear envelope also breaks down. Dikinesis represents the transition to metaphase. Metaphase I, the bivalent chromosomes rotational plate, the microtubules from the opposite poles from the spindle attached to the pair of homologous chromosomes. Anaphase I, the homologous chromosomes separate the while sister chromatids remain associated at their centromeres. Figure 10.3. Telophase I, the nuclear membrane and nucleolus reappears. Cytokinesis follows and this is called as dyad of cells. Bracket figure 1.3 10.3. Although in many cases of the chromosomes do undergo some dispersion, they do not reach the extremely extended state of the interphase nucleuses. The stage between the two mitotic division is called interkinesis and is generally short-lived. Interkinesis is followed by prophase I, a much simpler process than prophase I. 10.4.2 Meiosis II Prophase II Meiosis II is initiated immediately after cytokinesis, usually before the chromosomes are fully elongated. In contrast to meiosis 1, meiosis 2 resembles a normal mitosis. The the nuclear membrane disappears by the end of the prophase 2, figure 10.4. The chromosomes again become compact. Metaphase 2. At this stage, the chromosomes align at the equator and the microtubules from opposite poles of the spindle gets attached to the kinetochores of sister chromatids. Anaphase 2. It begins with the simultaneous splitting of the centromere of each chromosome, bracket, which was holding the sister chromatids together, bracket complete, allowing them to move towards opposite poles of the cell. Telophase 2. Meiosis ends with telophase 2, in which the two groups of chromosomes once again get enclosed by a nuclear envelope. Cytokinesis follows, resulting in the formation of tetrad cells, that is four haploid daughter cells. Bracket figure 10.4. 10.5 Significance of meiosis. Meiosis is the mechanism by which conservation of specific chromosomes number of each species is achieved across generation in sexually reproducing organisms. Even though this process per se paradoxically results in reduction of chromosome number by half, it also increases the genetic variability in the population of organisms from generation to the next. Variation are very important for the process of evolution. Please